How's that? Have we got sound now? 1 2 1 2. Still no sound. There's been a problem all morning. Still no sound. All right, hold on a second. Let me just have a little play. That's that one. I can't see what cable's what here.
Like somebody just put the thumbs up. I didn't know what that meant.
What's that?
They put the thumbs up on there.
Have you got sound now?
Still no sound. Poor Howard.
Sound is working. All good. Ooh. Okay. It's been a problem. Got it all set up, and I went to put the stream key in, and there was no chat. And then I was being told there was duplicated stream keys. And I've been clicking buttons to try and get us back on track. So I thought it was funny, no one in early in the morning, but they're all in. So let's have a quick flick back and see where we're at. Morning Pete, morning David, morning Barry, morning Chris, morning Pete, morning Gerard, morning Clive, morning Colin, morning Trevor, Frank, good morning. I'm having to lean out the way of the camera to reach the mouse, so I ought to have this in front somehow. That's another little job. Morning Jennifer. Morning Clive. Morning Malcolm. Morning Chris. Where are we at? Morning Steve. Morning Duncan. Morning Lee. Morning Chris. Thank you very much for that donation. It's very kind of you. Colin, sorry. Need my glasses on as well. Morning Paul. Morning Kevin. Morning Charlotte. Or evening Charlotte, I should say. And am I caught up? Morning David. Morning Peter. Morning YV. Morning Philip. Morning Pat. Morning Fred. Morning Malcolm. I think that's wherever we're at now. Woodworm Paul, good morning. Hello Kevin. Frank, I've got fly in my ear. Right, I'll flick through. Morning Stuart, morning Leroy, morning. Right, morning everybody. Anybody I've missed, I've apologised now. I'm sorry I missed you. It's carnage. When YouTube works, it just goes bing, 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 and all of a sudden something, and I don't know what's gone wrong, but we had no sound, and I was testing the sound earlier, we had sound, now we've got no sound, and I'm messing around with the iPad now for Karen. Hold on, let me look down at this, let me get over here, right, hold on, I don't know what's going on. Your channel. There we go. Do that. Thank you very much, Pat. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Right. So, we're here. Good morning. Welcome to another Saturday morning. Couple of thank yous, or a few thank yous, really. Firstly, thank you to all of those that hit the super chat button down below the chat thing there and donate to the don't worry Pat if you're not here, thank you very much for the donations that come in via the super chat. What I do is that bit of money goes into a pot towards all this camera and computer kit It's a big negative figure at the moment, but we'll slowly get there. In the week, I got a cheque sent to me, a very generous cheque by Andrew, as a donation to the channel, which was very kind of him, and thank you very much, Andrew. And then also I had a parcel turn up on a courier with a thank you card, which Karen has walked off with. Anyway, I have no idea who you are, because there's no name. There was a box there. The box don't go well against the green screen, look. And this thank you card. And basically it says, thank you very much for your efforts on a Saturday morning. Bly's been turning 30 years, or they've been turning 30 years. Picks up some tips and ideas. And as a small token of their appreciation, it said, I noticed you have a cup of coffee in the morning, but no biscuit. So they sent me a goodie box. I've got biscuits, fig rolls, chocolate bars, tea cakes, all sorts of things in there. So whoever you are, thank you very much. It's very kind of you. And the diet can go out the window. I'll have a double decker. Thank you very much, Paul. That's very kind of you. So, thank you all. It makes it worthwhile doing when you see a bit of appreciation like that. Nice double decker. So, we ought to get started really, because we're running a bit late while I'm munching through my double decker. What I've got, I was cutting some blanks. Let me put the double decker down. I'm not very good at talking with your mouth full of double decker. I won't do that. I'll have a biscuit in a minute. I'll flip the old camera over. Right, now we'll zoom this in a little bit. There. I was cutting some blanks, and this was the edge of a Sycamore blank. Got a big knot in here, but there's a bit of burr in here, feature. Bit of burr in the edge, and a split over here. So, and it's got a lot of grain orientation and stuff going around in it. So I thought to myself, you either cut that out, because if you send it out to someone, you normally get a phone call, this blank's got a crack in it, or it's got bark inclusion in it or something. So I don't normally send them, so you cut out. And then I thought to myself, you know what, that's a lovely piece of Sycamore. I'm going to keep hold of that and see if we can do something with it. So this morning we're going to see if we can do something with it. So what I've done at the moment, hold on, let's move the mouse over. Things moved over. I want to see what you're seeing. See if I can remember to move cameras and all the rest of it. What I've done this morning, I've just marked a little disc line here. And I've got my little faceplate for my centric chuck. So what I did is I used the compass, drew a circle, same size as my plate there, so I can get it on centre. So I'm using the pencil line around the outside. It'll probably be a little bit wrong, but it'll be close enough. Mouthful of coffee. I haven't drunk my coffee this morning because I'm messing around 15 minutes pushing buttons to see if we can find the stream.
Stephen T said morning.
Morning, Steve. Stephen T's a cousin, not a woodturner. He started watching the YouTube lives and he's going to get a lathe and have a go. So you never know what's going to happen. Morning, Michael. Morning, anybody that's just popped in that I've missed while I'm waffling on. So I've got my faceplate roughly lined up to where I want to go. Yeah, it's going to put these screws in. I'm not tightening all the way down at the moment. Should I get the screws in? Because I want it to stay as close as possible to this circle. There. Alright, let's set that there. Put that torque up a bit. That's better. Alright, so we've got our faceplate screwed on. Me eccentric chuck. David, if you're watching, you'll know about this. I've had a conversation about David wanting to get one of these. I've only got this one. And he said, oh, can I have yours? And I said, no, it's covered in paint. So I'm going to put my eccentric chuck on there. Get me locking screw that I safely put here. And lock this on.
What's the diameter of the faceplate? It looks small.
It is small. It's about 60mm. So I lock the chuck to the faceplate with this Allen screw, he says. He don't. Come on. Something's adrift. Something is adrift. I've only got one screw. That goes there, that goes there. Oop. Bit of messing around. Suppose I could have used a standard chuck for this part, but I won't be able to use it for the other part. I don't think I've got a longer screw. Let me have a look. So far, so good. There's not a longer screw in the box. So I've done something awry. Or I've lost a longer screw. But this has got a screw onto there, so let's take that spacer out of there. Get that back on there. Let's see if it'll pick up now. I was going to put this on first, and I didn't. And I should have done. And I'm sitting on there. Can't sit any further in. And that is not picking up on me screw. It's the right screw. Hold on a second. We'll fix this. I'll find another screw. Slightly longer screw. There with.
Does it need to turn a fraction to drop down on?
Sorry?
Does it need to turn a fraction to drop down on?
No, it's sitting down now. Just check that. Luckily enough, I've got a box full of screws.
From a previous life.
Sorry?
From a previous life.
From a previous life, yeah. I bet I haven't got a screw that size on it. It looks like. We need box of screws. We might have to change this slightly. Hold on a second.
Mark said, is it a reverse thread?
No, it's not a reverse thread, it's just not reaching. That's a bit longer. That's a bit longer. Right, let's drop that in there. Drop that into there. Get that in there. Let's see if that'll do up. Something's adrift.
I'm sure it's not reverse.
Yeah, I'll just wind it in. Karen's there saying, you sure that's not reversed? It's got to be a short demo, isn't it? Can't get the screw in here. That's all sitting down in there, nice and snugly.
Yeah, I've got any spare mugs, have I?
Mugs are all gone. Yes, we have some more done.
One's broken. Paul's broken it.
Paul's broken this. Oh dear. Hold on. It might be the plumb operating this. Where's my other Allen key? It's probably the plumb operating this. What I should have done, really should have done this first, sorry. That comes out of there. That goes on there. That goes into there. The screw then goes into there. Shows you I use this a lot, doesn't it? Right. Then it all locks down. There. That's why it wouldn't reach. Then I put this over here. And then I need to turn this back to 0 to get it centered. There's the 0 mark. 0 there. Well, if I carry on like this all morning, we'll be here till midnight. So I'll get me acting gear. Right, and now I just have to do these grub screws up on here. So this is not a very good start this morning, is it? We've got...
Someone's offering to buy the blank.
We got a dodgy start to the feed. Then the operator don't know how to put his eccentric chuck together. I've got to make sure that these side screws are locked down nice and firm. That's one. Get that one there. Finicky operation if you don't know what you're doing of. We'll lock that down there. Right, and I'll get this now onto the lathe. Oh no, the blank's bigger than the lathe. I can't get it on the lathe. Only joking. Right, let's make sure that's properly locked down so it doesn't move on us. That's better. That's that one. That's that one. That's locked down. Okay. Whew, that was a problem. There's a problem. Now we're just going to bring the tool rest up here on the side. Now it's going to be a slightly longer project, so I'm not going to worry about bringing the blank to round. I will bring up a live centre while it's not in the way. As soon as it becomes part of in the way, that will have to clear out the way. So we'll bring that up. For some reason my screen's moved again, so I don't know if you can see everything here. Right, so we're on the blank. Let's zoom this out a little bit. Now the camera's not zooming in and out. Oh yes it is. I'm looking at the screen. You're going to be delayed, and I'm looking at the live stream, thinking this ain't moving. But of course, I'm 20 seconds behind you. Now you're going to get me moving the camera in and out when I thought it weren't moving. I've really got my act together with this morning. Get my old safety specs on. Turn the lathe speed down. Oop, safety specs on. Lathe speed down. I can bring this controller over to here where I'm working. Turn it on and slowly turn it up. Right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is straight away just pick up a cut here and start putting the shape in the outside edge. Tailstock is going to have to move straight away. It's right in my way. Let's get rid of... Oops, smash the camera. God. When things start off wrong, I think it must rattle your mind. I've just smashed the camera out of the way. Should we turn it off and come back in an hour's time?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
No. Get the top of this smock done up. I've got shavings coming down my neck. Right.
You're on an overhead, is that right?
We're on overhead, yeah. I think that's right for this. So now I can come across my lathe, get me bevel engaged. I'm just pushing the cut around the bowl. I'm going to come across the lathe bed. Round there. Now this is a bit fancy, this surface, so I'm just gonna flatten that off a bit. Stop that there. Raise tool rest up a bit. Let's just see, they've got this big splitty knotty thing here that's bouncing us off a bit. I thought something was going awry. A little bit more speed into there, so I'll come across the lathe. I won't turn the back camera on because all you'll see me is leaning across the lathe. crunchy. Bring this tool rest round to support us. Yep. A little bit more speed into there, and we'll come back, pick up another cut. Going a bit deep there. I'm having to keep quiet because the shavings are throwing back straight in my face, and every time I try and talk, I get a mouthful of shavings. We're just getting our rough shape into this. Right, what I'm going to do, hold on, let's stop this. I've got a camera on my back shoulder that's in my way. I'm trying to lean across the lathe bed and I'm not getting proper tool support, so I'm going to bring this down. I might have to adjust the camera, bring this headstock out a bit. Should have done this first time. Lock that down. Right, now, let's see where we're at now. Oh, you've still got a fairly good shot. Bring that around here. Now I've got the camera out of my shoulder, I should be able to get onto this properly. So I can just pick this cut up. There. Right, I'm just losing the cut there as I come round because I want to keep the shape of the bowl round. I'll bring the tool rest round. The tool rest is overhanging the bed a bit, so I'm just sort of trading off each cut. Right, now we want to make a couple of smooth cuts to tidy that outside shape up and start putting our foot in. So I'm just going to pick the cut up. Just try and get a much finer cut. Drop my handle down a bit as I come round. Just drop my handle down as I come round there to lose the cut. Right, now we need to tidy this up. So now I've just pushed some wood out of the way. Hold on, I want to get a bit more just in here. Bouncing off for some reason just here. I'm trying to take a fine cut, keep me curve. Just feed me tool off the edge there. We're not round on the edge. Right, that's better. That's more like the shape I want. Now I want to bring it back. So let's move that. I'll see if I can turn it around a bit. I'm going to get my tool rest to where I want it to be. So let's bring that back to there. Lock that down. Bring this in here. And I'm going to make a couple of fine cuts and generate a foot. Just picking up that edge there. No pressure on the tool head here, just following it around, reposition myself, pick the cut back up. Lifting the handle slightly as I come into here, because this is going to be our foot and mounting. The foot's going to go in there so we can bring our curve round. Just taking that in there now because I want to make a mounting foot in there. No, we're over it, we're right. We could go side by side, I suppose. Let's try that. How's that? I don't know where that camera is. And that, can you see a bit out of there? Can you see it? Let's just move this around. Hold on. Let's move this, do that, do tougher. Hold on. Let's come round to there. As that. Right, so I'm just bringing my cut round, tidying up this base, building up a bit of wood here for a spigot. So just very light cuts. Look at that, see how we're doing. Let's cut the flats in there now, so we want to get rid of them. I'm looking at the horizon of my bowl as I come round here, so I can see the curve. As I come round here, this grain might need a bit of tidying up. Let's have a look at that. Nearly there. The edge throws me out a little bit, but I'm going to tidy that up in a minute. Just come into there, get that tool rest in. Let's raise it a little bit. Right. Just. Yeah, let's come this way at this. Handles really low, just off the tip of the tool. Twisting my body away from the lathe as I go. Sounds like I'm giving myself a wood turning lesson. Get the handle down low. Just roll that carriage over just a tad. Now I'm going to have to readjust my feet here because I can't get round, so I'm running out of twist. I'm going to have to reposition myself again. Pick that up. I've got a little line there. Let's get rid of that. I'm turning it at a lower speed because I'm on a very small faceplate for the size of wood, and the wood's got a couple of cracks in it. Although they're features, I don't know that they don't join up internally. So just taking it a bit easier. Don't forget, it's quite a big blank. This is 16-inch blank, I think. 17-inch blank. Right, so that's got my shaping. Yeah, it's got a couple of little lines in here that I'll tidy up. I'm just going to come on the wing of the tool very gently. Brush this around now. Brushing it really lightly. There's a line there that's gone. Let's see if I can get in here this way. You see, I've got another problem in a minute. Shouldn't put it on yet. I've got the side extension to this lathe on as well, because we're going to do an offset on the front. But of course, on this lathe, it's not like me VB where I've got the floor as me base. I've got a lathe bed in the way. Just checking that curve. Now, tip, if you're checking a curve and you can't see it, you get a little straight edge and roll it around. And if it stops, there's your flat. Let's come overhead. We've got a flat in here still. What am I doing? Overhead. There's that. Right. So as we come round, we want this to flow, and I've got a flat here, just here, there. I've got a couple of little flats, so it still needs a bit of fine adjustment for this curve, because I want this curve to really flow. So there's me flat. Let's just pick that up. Keep going at this rate and the bowl will be 6 inches round. That gouge through my fingers. Let's try that. That's better. There's a little flat there we've got to contend with now. Let's get rid of that. Leaning in towards the lathe as I go, just twisting my body around. We'll check that. Little flat there, a little bump there. And that she rolls quite well, so let's get rid of that one. Just using the side wing of the tool. Oh, I can't use side wing of the tool, the lathe bed gets in the way. Just keep repositioning myself to pick up a cut. clearing that out of the way. That's going to come off in a minute when we straighten that out. That's better. Little bump there. Let's get rid of that. Just a shear straight. Just to get rid of that bump. Might need to just sharpen this tool. Might need to sharpen myself this morning. I don't know about the tool, but let's just give it a touch in. It's not cutting as good as it could, so let's do that. Normally sharpen my tools before I start, but messing around trying to get Facebook Live didn't happen. No doubt it was the operator rather than YouTube. I said Facebook, YouTube, but who knows. Right, now I can feel my curve and a little bump line there, so this should be about it. I'll come in from this way to get rid of that one. See what a difference a sharp tool makes? Just on the wing of the tool there as I come round. It's got that. It's not too sad at all. Right. Not too sad, but it's not quite right. Let's just get it round there. That's better. Less sanding to do. That's what we like. So we've got a nice curve round the outside. Now we want to make a spigot on the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to use, or what I'm planning to use, is a sacrificial piece of wood for this, to be able to achieve what I want to do and get the base cleared off at the end. So first things first, I'm just going to make sure that this is, oh, it's fairly flat along there, so we'll just make sure, run a gouge just along here. Oh no, it's a little bit out. That's through there. That looks flat. Let's double check that. Now, got a little lip here. Little wide point there. Worried about that bit in the middle that's coming out. A minute, that's all right. Okay, so now we want to mark a spigot. I want that spigot to be around about 62 mil. So come in here, left point in. Hold on, let's switch to side by side cam. Okay, so left hand point in, normal sort of drill. Get the line to line up with the right hand point. Don't push the right hand point in unless you want to get the person behind you. About there. Yeah, let's get that off of there. There, now we just bring this into that up to the line. As I go in, I'm just raising the handle a bit. I just need a little bit more of a spigot there, so I'm going to have to just come round and nick a bit of wood. Bring this round, so it's going to make me foot. Just want to make a bit more wood here for the spigot. There. Now, I've got a flat bottom to my bowl. Let's have a look. Yeah, I've got a flat bottom to my bowl, so I've got to bring this curve in more into this foot. So let's just adjust this again. Get up there. Twist my body towards the raise. Somewhere there, and now we just bring this round into our curve. Let's get a gouge in there, just on that wing. I'm going to come round this way so you've got my shoulder for a minute. Tidied that up. Now I can just pick that up somewhere there. So this can be our foot, so I can just come round so the foot flows into the bowl. I'll keep positioning myself because I've got little lines here I want to get rid of. Somewhere there. Now I can take a bit of this into this spigot. That's better. Right, so I'm somewhere near it, I think. That flows. There's a foot, curves out, I've got a line there I've got to get rid of. That's down roughly to my spigot that I've set at 60 mil. So I'm just going to use my skew to come in here and square this spigot up. Checking that's flat on the joint. I can sort the foot out afterwards. So there, look at that top bit off. Yeah, just come down a little bit more with that spigot. So there's no spoof in there. And I want it fairly parallel. You'll see why in a minute. That's fairly parallel. That's fairly flat on the shoulder where I want it. So there. We've got a centre mark for reversing later. There. So that's the outside. I think about there we can fine tune that in a minute. Now my knot on the top is coming through underneath here. That's why I was turning slow. It goes all the way through, and if I take much more for there we would have had it parting a little bit, but it's going to be a feature, so that's fine. So we've got the outside shape about there. What we could do is just bring the old extractor over, bash the light, bash the camera, bash everything. Just trying to get the extractor around here onto there. So I get round, turn the extraction on. And then just get this outside a quick sand. Speed the process up if you can find a bigger head. What's going on here? The operator has got it all. Oh, there it is. The operator has got it all wrong today. Don't let him near the cameras. Don't let him near anything. That's the idea. Right, I'll turn this on. Sand this off. To that line there. There's this curve coming round. Into it. Speed up the sanding. Better. Got a mark in the side here. Now I don't know if it's a mark or something to do with the grain orientation. grain, there's no line in there, so that's alright. I've got a line on the foot. Yeah, I know about that. I can tidy that up now. A line where the foot is, that needs a bowl gouge in there, so we just get there. Tidy that out. There. Bit of hand sandpaper to get in the corner. Yeah. Okay, so the next bit of sanding should be quite quick. All I'm now doing is removing the sanding lines of the grip before, so I'm just going to whip through these one way, back the other, next grip. 4-inch, no 4-inch at the moment, 3's the biggest I've got. $180. $240. Pulled the head out of me sander. Calm down, settle down. $320. $400. Job done. Right, that's a bit of sanding over and done with. That'll do for that. Right, so now I've got a 60mm spigot there. And I need to take my bowl blank off of me chuck guy at this point. You've got to think. Comes off, turn it around, wham that in there, get that on there. Yeah. So move that bar out of the way so I don't fall over that. Find me little key so I can undo this. That one. There's that one. Need to get myself some longer Allen keys for this. Because the shoulder of the Allen key, the top bit, it's the blank as you're undoing them, and you've got to undo them enough so you can lift that out. So that's out. We need to take this chuck off with the lathe. Get rid of that sanding box. Oh, don't do that. Trouble with doing demos like this, I haven't got a bench around me. So I've got bits on little tables on the floor. Get that. Find that. Well, get rid of that chuck for a minute. We'll come back to this chuck in a minute. Put that safely over there. We need to unmount this. We need to take the screws out of there. There, put all them safely down there, so I've lost them in a minute when I need them. Okay, let's put our bolt blank down there out of the way. Find our normal chuck. Bring this round. And then I've got just a little blank here, which is going to become a sacrificial piece of wood. Lost my chuck key. Sorry people, I've lost the chuck key. Ah, hidden on my little table. So I've pre-drilled a little 50mm hole in there. So I'm putting that on there, bang it on, sort that out, expand the jaws into that, put the key there, bring this up. We'll just face this blank off, bit of speed into it. There, she's not quite round. Don't think it's going to matter too much, but let's just bring her to round. There now, we've got this is 2 inches thick. We don't really want 2 inches thick, so we'll take a bit off the front. Something like that. Not messing around too much with this. Now we need to check our spigot. I did it about 60mm. So I'm just going to check that. So about there-ish. Mark this on here, left point. There. Chop a bit of wood out of there. We're now going to make a socket for the spigot to go into the bowl. And I've got a hot melt glue gun over here. I'll be plugging that in. While we're messing around here, this can be heating up. Boom. So, hot melt glue gun. Get that plugged in there. Right, that's on. Hot melt glue gun on. I want to take a bit out of the middle here. Just up to the line, just a bit shy of it. Get the bottom flat. Somewhere there. Going to get my skew and come in, and it's a bit like making a box at the moment. I want my spigot to be able to fit into here. Now this is where we start offering it up, seeing if it works. It don't. Take a little bit more out, not too much. This is where I need my glasses rather than safety glasses. See what I'm doing of, that's better. Turn that off, try this again. Need this to be a reasonably good fit. That's it. That's do us fine. Now I want a socket for that to sit in. What I can do is now reverse this little blank. Expand this onto here. Now the jaws are not going to hold this as well as they should, because I'm expanding the jaws somewhere near their maximum, but for what we're going to do, it's safe enough. He says, famous last words. And what I want to do now is I'm just going to create a recess for this to sit in, so I know it's central. There. There. Again, close enough will do us. Put my skew down there. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit out there. Make sure that's flat. Stop that there and see where we're at. I could measure it, of course. That would be the sensible way. But, hey, caution to the wind. Nearly there. Lovely. Right, that's into there. Now this is smaller than my socket. That's why my socket was 60mm. Put my trap key down somewhere. So the idea is, let's go overhead. Key off, camera 1. Okay, we'll come back overhead. The idea for this This is also that we can tidy up the bottom afterwards and off-centre turn it. I've got my spigot on the bottom. I've got a spigot cut into the blank which I'm going to glue onto there, and I'm going to screw down through here into the spigot for extra security. There. So that will screw through. So what we need to do next is drill down through these holes. So it's got a little pilot drill in here. I just want to come down in the centre there, get your glasses on so you can see what you're doing. Not quite through. I want that to go all the way through there. Lovely. Yeah, another one down through there. Another one down through there. Another one down through there. They've all come through. Now what I'm going to do is I've got a couple of lengths of screw here. I don't want them going down too far. I want them to go into that spigot for no more than really the depth of the spigot. I can afford for it to go a little bit over because I can put a recess in the bottom. So I've got some 40mm screws and some 45. So I'm just going to try a 40mm down through there, and it's just barely touching the wood. So me 45s, other way to do it up, they're only coming in about 4mm, 5mm. So I need to do a little bit of technical adjustment. My spigot's about 8mm deep, so get this the right way round. The reason I'm doing it like this, I haven't got any 50mm screws of that size. I've got some big heavy ones, but they'd be too heavy. So I'm going to adjust now. Adjust this down a bit. So now I've got to cut this back out. Somewhere there. Make sure my bottom's flat. It can be slightly concave really. Get me skewing here. Right. There. Check me bowl. Give it that bit of swoof. quiet. Put the bowl over there. Glasses on, see where my line is. Try that. And that's in it. Just in here. That into there. That's it. Lovely. So that works. That works. So far, so good. So in theory now, when I put me 45mm screws into that face plate that sits in here, let's wind it through another one. I'll wind that through to there. And that's coming out now around about 8 or 9mm. So that should sit in that spigot. Looks about right. So I'll take that off of there. Take that out of the way. I need that quickly in a minute. So now what I'm going to do is put some hot melt glue. It's heated up. Yeah, hot melt glue on there. Push that down onto the hot melt glue. Push down nice and tight. Get the screws. Screw through. One. 2, 3, 4. Now I want to try and get them as flush as possible. Oh. Might have been easier using a counter something. It's a little bit high. That's it. That should have it. Now, this plate can sit in there. Like so. And I'll get me little screws back. Screw my plate back into here. Turn the drill the right way. Not all the way down. There. That one there. one there. Right, so now that's my sacrificial piece of wood. That should be fitted on there reasonably well. Don't look right. Don't look even. It's not even, so if we put that on, what's going to happen is it's going to oscillate and ruin our outside shape, which we don't want. So I've got to try and sort out what's gone wrong quickly. Right there. Find them out. We might have to prise that off. The screwdriver. I have to just try and prise this off. It's not going to prise off easily. Right. Okay, there's a little problem we'll have to deal with. Bit of torn grain there, just noticed it. That's no good. Let's get rid of that as well. Well, it's just going to have to be slightly off. Screw holes. It's going to have to be slightly off. We'll see how we sort it out in a minute. This needs another drill driver bit in it. They're rubbish, aren't they? They're round off. Put it in the chuck and see how far out it is. Here we can adjust it round. We'll see what we can do in just a minute. So you're all still with me, all still awake. I want to remove that chuck. Remember to put this on properly the first time. There. Rather than trying to make a screw go further than it will. Because I'm a donut. We lock that down nice and tight. Put this chuck back on the lathe. Stick this back into here. We've got to line it up with 0 to start with. Zero's there, 0's centre. I've got to mess around with this Allen screw. There. Got that one in. Get into there, lock that one in, make sure they're done up. We don't want this coming undone. Right, so we're now in there. Now this is going to be out. I can see that it's going to be out, which is a bummer. I could turn that block away completely and start again. So that would be the proper way of doing it, but we ain't got time to do that for this. We're just going to run through, see how she runs, turn the speed right down, turn it on, turn it up. Yeah, she's well out, ain't she? Never mind. Right, so back with the safety glasses. We're just going to face this blank off a little bit. It's going to be an off-centre bowl anyway. So going to be a bit more off-centre than it was intended. It's the Robert Saltby eccentric chuck, yep. Just trying to tidy this edge up a little bit. What I can do for the rim of the bowl is when I turn off the sacrificial piece of wood, I've still got a spigot that's oversized for a chuck, so I can put it back in the chuck and tidy the outside rim up. I'm just trying to face this off a little bit. I can't do the rim at the moment because we're not spinning through centre. So we have a funny shape to our bowl. Here. Tool rest is a little bit low. Where are we at? Right. Camera 2, as camera 2 do.
I'm still overhead at the moment.
Eh?
I'm still overhead at the
Right,
moment.
camera 2 we're on. Let's try that. I'm just getting rid of this sawn wood here. That's what I'm trying to get rid of. So just coming in very gently because I'm picking up a cup and fresh air. Now we're getting into solid wood. There's the solid wood. See where that rim is.
Someone was asking when one-to-one teaching will start.
Well, I've no idea when one-to-one will start. No idea at all. I'm not planning on doing anything here. Probably till the autumn. I want to see what happens with the next phase of COVID. Trouble with teaching in a workshop, you're on top of each other and you're handling tools and all that sort of stuff. And to do it properly, you have got to be standing close to someone. Sometimes you're guiding them. So when I'm comfortable to start it, I will, but I'm not going to be anytime soon, that's for certain. Which is better for you guys in some respects, because if I'm not teaching, I can be doing a Saturday live. Let's have a look at that. Right, that's got rid of me sawn grain. That's what I was trying to do. Right, so now we're going to off-centre the chuck. Now the problem is, I've got a lathe bed in the way, so that's why I put my bed extension on, because when I off-centre this, I may have to come over the bed rather than, over the side of the lathe rather than over the bed. So let me let this off. Let this off, and if I bring it to here somewhere, I don't know quite where I'm bringing it at the moment. So at the moment I'm going round, I'm going to go the maximum off centerage that this does. So that is on 3, so I know where I'm at. Now I'm just going to pinch it up because I don't know that I can get all the way round without hitting me bed here, so let's see. Oh, I can. Can't get round without hitting me extractor though, but it looks like I can get round without hitting me bed. Smart. That's step 1. Now the problem is, what I want to do is keep this burr and this. Got my Allen key in the shavings. Fortunately, it landed up on top. I want to keep this burr and patination here, so I don't know what I'm going to take out on my bowl. So the best idea is get me tool resting. We knew that was on about centre. Turn my lathe speed right down, because I ain't got any idea how this is going to work. Bring my... Never done this on this lathe before, so we're about to see how stable she is. I'm just slowly turning up the speed. Now what I want to do is just draw a pencil line. Now I've gone the wrong way because I'm going to cut into the bit that I want to save. So now what I do is turn it completely the other way. I'll just put the Allen key down somewhere safe in my back pocket. Right, so now I let this off and come completely the other way.
Was that a 2-inch blank to start with?
2-inch blank, yeah, it's now about 1 inch. No, it's a 2-inch blank. 2 inches is all you need for a bowl, really. So I'm just going to bring this down now and see if bringing a guesstimate the other way does me anything. So tighten that up in there, push that back so it's in. Don't want that adding to our problems. Do the grub screws up, lock them off. I do find these Allen keys a bit fiddly because they're recessed but also at an angle. So there, put the Allen key down somewhere safe there. So bring this up, turn the lathe back on and see where we're going to go now. See what that does for us. So this is our line now, and we're in. Now if it gets a bit confusing, we can just rub them out with a gouge. That was line 1, which was no good. This is line 2, and that is coming round here, and it's still picking up a bit of that burr, so we don't want that. So this is line 2, so we don't want that. Put the Allen key down somewhere safe. Ooh. Now where are we at? I went somewhere in between. There. 0 centre, so let's go to 2. Let's see what that does. So we lock this down now on 2. Turn that back on. You could use different colour pencil, obviously. What I'm going to do, just make the line wider to give me an instant visual. So that is now still picking up that burr. I want my bowl to be over here somehow. So I'm just going to adjust this again. Bit of finicking around here, but it's better to get it where you want it rather than where we gone here. Got a little view window there. That was free, so let's try it somewhere there. If I was good with angles, I'd probably be able to work out from the first 2 exactly where I should be putting this. Or, of course, it might not do what I want it to do. That in there. Right. Check it's still spinning by hand. Turn her on. Cool, we look really where we're at. So now I'm going to use 2 lines to give me an idea of where I'm at. And I'm still picking up on this burr, which I don't really want to do. So one last go to see if we can get it where we want it. Three. 3.5. One. So I think, looking at that, that's 3.5. So if I go in there somewhere and see if this will work. Lock this all down. And we're pushing it further and further over, so we need to turn it by hand. We're still within the boundaries of the lathe, and I don't think we're going to get to where we want to be, or where I want it to be. So this is going to get really confusing now. So I think we're back to where we were earlier. Yeah, I'm picking up the burr. So let me just make a smaller bowl. I'm going to mark this with 3 lines so I know where I'm at. So I can get 3 lines as a bowl in here and not lose me burr. But I've got me screw holes in there I want to get out. So let's make that 4 lines. You see that on the camera? I'm making that 4 lines so I can get rid of me screw holes as well. And I'm just off of my burr. I've got a blank area there. Realistically, I think what I needed to do with this to get where I wanted to is make a wooden blank and really offset it, and then I'll be over the bed. But this will do for this purpose. It's all secure. So we're going to turn the lathe on now. See if we can get a little bit more speed into it. Tool rest is just a tad high. No pressure, just slowly cut. I don't know if we can get much more speed into this really. Be right on the VB, that don't move. Now you have to be careful of your arm if you balance it on the tool rest. Probably not favourite to balance it on the tool rest really. So I'm only moving the tool really slowly in context with the speed the wood is coming over the cutting edge. Bit crunchy, pushing it a little bit hard, but there you go. Just feeding the gauge through my fingertips. Oh, Lavy's going boom, 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 boom. Not applying any real pressure here, I'm just allowing the gauge to travel across. Raise the handles a go, just twist away from the lathe. It's like in slow motion. Making sure my arm's behind the tool rest, my side of it, so I'm out the way of the lip of the bowl. That cut through there. Let's see where we're at. I've got my screw holes there that I've got to contend with. Yeah, I'm trying to save me burr. That's all I'm interested in at the moment.
I said you'd better see it on the inside of the palm.
You what?
I said the burr would come onto the inside of the palm.
I don't really want that to happen. Like slow motion turning, isn't it? We'll pick that up there. Take that off. And we're getting our bowl into there. We'll do another couple of cuts. Moving gouges. They're getting just a tad. That's better. That gouge just getting a tad blunt. Just coming in here real gentle now, because we're going so slow. It's quite easy to get crunchy. And then just one more. Let's have a look where we're at. A little mark in it here. We've still got our screw holes. The screw holes are not the end of the world. We could put a bit of super glue in them and just sand them. Just want to get to that. Feeding the gouge through my fingertips. Roll it over. Just take out that centre there. Right, so we've now got our off-centre bowl and our burr here and a big wing round. So what we're going to do is have a two-parter, because next week we'll tidy this up. We're getting up at 12 o'clock. We'll tidy this up and then we'll tidy the front up and we'll decorate the bowl. We're going to add some colour and we're going to do something with the bowl so that you don't see the screw holes and finish it next week. So that's where we're at. Let me take these off of here. I shall leave it on the chuck because I know where I'm at the moment, and I might want to take this bowl down just a little bit more actually. So if I take the chuck off the lathe, rather than, whenever you're doing something, if you're not where you want to be, don't take the piece of wood out of the chuck. Take the chuck off the lathe and leave everything as it is, because whenever you put it back, it never goes back exactly right. So let me come back over to intro, back on the old intro camera. So there's our part one of our lovely bit of sycamore. So we've got nice off-centered bowl here. We'll probably make this a little bit deeper. I'm going to think about that. We might make that a bit deeper next week. Then we'll face this off and sand it up, and then we're going to enhance the colours on the inside and out, and then I'm going to show you how we deal with this, true this edge up so that we're not out by a million moles. And we'll go to finish next Saturday. So, there we go. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves. We've overrun a bit. I normally try and finish about 11:30ish. We're nearly 12 o'clock. Had a few technical issues with YouTube and Oliver. I'm blaming YouTube, but I think YouTube would point the finger clearly at me. Had a few problems with sound. Sorted them out. Had a few problems with me mounting the chuck, forgetting where the screw went. Anything else went on, really? I don't know. It was a long while ago now, wasn't it? 2 hours ago we started this. I actually got up 3:30 this morning.
I'm so excited.
I was so excited. I came over here about 8 o'clock, 7:45, to turn the cameras on and do all the little trimmy bits that you do. And yeah, and on my screen over here where I see my microphone, it was all bouncing up and working, so it was working. Turn it on and suddenly we've lost the key and lost this and lost that and lost t'other. So, before you all disappear, you can do me a big favour. If you push the old like button, if you've enjoyed what you've seen this morning, that would be great. It helps the channel and all that sort of stuff. There's what they call algorithms in the background, and it monitors if you get likes and do this and do that and do t'other. So that helps me. Thank you very much, David. That's very kind of you. It helps the channel, helps me, so keeps the momentum going. My hands are waving everywhere. Look, I feel like a puppet today. I should be Parker. Hello, Lady Penelope. Karen's wearing pink. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed your morning. It's been good fun. Few issues, namely the operator, but we've got there in the end. Thanks, Andrew, and thank you very much again for the check. It's very kind of you. Thank you. And whoever sent me in this goodie box. Karen's nicked it.
I've had one.
She's been eating me biscuits. Whoever sent in the goodie bowl. I tried to eat a double decker this morning, but I found out you can't do that. Thanks very much, Pete. That's very kind of you. Thank you. But I will be enjoying a bit of chocolate and a biscuit with a cup of tea in a minute. Not live on camera, obviously, because chocolate talking don't work. I tried it. Did try. The double deckers over there covered in shavings, but I'm not going to go to waste. I'm going to eat that in a minute. Right, so I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. If any of you have got any quick questions, feel welcome to fire away. If not, that is it for another week. Cheers, Paul. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks, Brian. Glad you've enjoyed it. 3:30 might be the reason. Cheers, Adam. Thanks, Roy. Yeah, namely me is the problem, boy, I think. Cheers, Ian. Diabetes in a basket. Sandy, you're quite right. Hey? You think Karen's on a chocolate bar, Frank? She ain't done anything. She's just been sitting there on the iPad, hasn't she? She don't even sweep up. I have to do that. Unbelievable. Cheers, Nick. Yeah, leave your diary free. We'll be on a flying start. Cheers, Stuart. Thanks for stopping by. Glad you've enjoyed it. Be your sort of thing next weekend. Colour. Loads of colour. Cheers, Steve. Glad you've enjoyed yourself. We'll find you a lathe. Cheers, Douglas. Thanks, Colin. Good, Sandy. I'm glad you're liking it. thanks, Just a Basic. James. Wednesday's chuck work went well. Good. Yo, Bert, that's lovely. Would you? See you later. You're looking forward to it, Stuart? I'm not sure I am. Not after this start. Nah, it'll be alright. Can't go wrong twice, can it? Have a good weekend, Sandy. We'll, I think we're working weekend, housework and all that sort of stuff for tidying the office up. We got to clear an office. We got Duncan coming back in. He's not been in for a year. Now we've got to make space because we've covered the place. Never mind. Cheers, Baz. Douglas, free used lathes. No. Be good, wouldn't it? What do you do for a living? I give away lathes. Right, people. It is gone 12. I haven't had any breakfast. I'm going to go for a cuppa and a chocolate bar and enjoy that. Making a better life, yeah, give it a go. Off-centre turning is quite a bit of fun. You don't need an eccentric chuck. You can just use a sacrificial piece of wood with a faceplate and move the faceplate along the back. You know, that works. Just I've got the eccentric chuck, so I thought I'd use it. So good. Right, Douglas, thank you. Trevor, thank you. See you later. Jennifer, see you next week. Kevin, thanks for stopping by. Everybody, don't forget, please hit the like button, subscribe button and share. I had a little video for that, but I can't make it work. So that was another little thing, so it's later. But please, don't forget, thumbs up if you would. Subscribe, hit the button, ring the bell, all the little things you can do on, just hit them all. That'd be great. Thanks very much for stopping by. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. And I'll see you next week. Thanks a lot. And goodbye.